while I was doing a couple other reviews of some different bags, I also remembered I had this one, so I figured I'd go ahead and talk about it. So what you see here is the 511 Tactical Rush 72-hour bag. I think they market these as being like bug out bags, so they have like the 24-hour, the 48-hour, and the 72. So this is the biggest backpack version they have. And you know, when I bought this, I figured why not go with the biggest one? And I think it actually ended up being too big because rarely do I use this. So there's some pros and cons to this. I would say the pros, it's built like a tank. I mean, I have loaded this thing up with 100+ pounds of you know, loaded magazines, guns, all kinds of stuff, and never did I worry about it ripping any place, tearing, or you know, having any problems with it. There's a few things I don't like about it. One, the price. I think this was really expensive. I think it was like almost $200. And I mean, is it worth it? Yeah, I think it is, because I think the quality is there. Like I said, all the material is very, very well made. The stitching is good. The zippers work great. So as far as value, you know, it's expensive, but I think you're getting it. The other thing I actually don't like about this bag, and it might sound stupid, is there's way too many pockets in this thing. I mean, there's so many pockets in this thing that I had trouble remembering what I brought and where I put it. And then I would get back from the range and I would, you know, unzip another pocket and I'd find like 2 or 3 more mags that were loaded. And I remember thinking like, gosh, I thought I brought more mags in this. Well, I did, but I had put them in some pocket somewhere and forgot about them. So I'm going to use this little handheld light so you can see it better since it's black. But and the reason I went with black was just because, you know, I didn't want it to get dirty and show all the dirt. So I usually go with black, with the exception of this green Optics Planet bag, which is I've covered in a different video. So obvious stuff, you see you've got some Velcro here, you can put some patches or whatever. Tons of MOLLE stuff. But one of the things I didn't like about this is if you want to use these MOLLE straps in the back, initially I had put a bunch of mag holders on there. I think I had some that would hold like 3 PMags. I think it was a double layer one, so I had 6 PMags. But the problem with that is because of the way that this is strapped on here. You'll see it in a second. So this actually comes off, and then there's some webbing down inside here that keeps it together, which is kind of doesn't make sense because you can't ever really get it tight enough around here with these straps for it to be functional. So I had like 6 PMags on here. I stood up, and then the whole bag sags back like this from the weight of the PMags. And no matter how tight I tried to get these, you know, I couldn't fix that problem. So if you're going to use these back MOLLE straps, you can't put really anything that's very heavy on there. I tried moving it up to the top. That was actually worse. So that's why they basically went unused. Now inside, you've got a whole bunch of stuff. You've got a lot of netting in here. You've got 2 compartments here that you can put stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised if we find something in here because I have not used this bag in a long time. So those are pretty deep, actually. I think I don't remember what I used to put in there. I think I tried putting PMags, but again, I ran into the same problem of the weight in this thing falling back. So I think actually eventually I quit using those. Now down inside here, you've got, again, 2 more of these pouches, and then you've got pouches inside the pouches. Those are actually look like they're meant to hold pens. Or, okay, yeah, maybe screwdrivers, pens. And on the other side, it's a little bit bigger. And then, of course, that opens into another larger pocket. And then you've got one of these little hook things. And then a 2-part deal here. You've got one of these nets. And then this zipper opens up. And I think these... that goes into a deep pocket. Some of these zippers, I don't know if it's on this bag, but it's on the messenger bag they have. You can zip it either way and it will open. But I don't think that's on here. So basically back here is nothing. I mean, you can't really put anything back here because this netting on the side doesn't go up high enough. I think at one point I had put a bunch of magazines in there, but I was worried that they were going to fall out, so I quit putting that in there. So basically this back attachment is almost useless unless you're going to put some just really light stuff in there, because the whole back sags off the rest of the bag. In here, you know, you've got the MOLLE attachments. Again, this folds down. You've got another little mesh pouch, another little folding pouch, and then you get into the main part of the bag. I'll change this color a little bit. So then you get into the main part of the bag, which is kind of hard to unzip all the way because you've got the back part that hangs off. So this, you've got like a, I don't know, something you can tighten up, another mesh pouch, and then the internal compartment here is pretty big. This is actually a different part. This is a tiny little part that you can put something in the top. I used to put, I think, like shooting glasses in there. Alright, so let's take a look at, I guess, the front of it. So you've got the pad's very thick. They don't have the little jelly inserts like you see on some of the other bags, but the padding is still comfortable enough that you can carry a really heavy load in this bag and still be comfortable. There's also pads on the back too, which serve a pretty good purpose. There's some MOLLE attachments on the straps here, which I couldn't really find a good use for. You can strap it together, and you can strap it around your body if you need to, I guess if you need to run with it, or if it's more comfortable for you. Along the sides, you've got the some big pockets and a lot of MOLLE webbing, and there actually might be something on these. This is my LED light, by the way. Let's see what we've got. God, see, that's what I'm saying. This thing is so big, it's hard to... More pockets. Like I said, this thing has no shortage of pockets whatsoever. And this is a pretty big pouch. I think I used to keep magazines on the side of that. So look, I think the other side might be a little different. No, same attachments. You see, I actually do have a couple mag carriers on here. So that's the Rush 72-hour bag from 511 Tactical. You see this strap here is it's Velcro, but actually let me see how this works. I don't understand why you, because this is actually sewn in. So I don't know, I guess you could Velcro something underneath there, but the point I was trying to make is this is a really thick strap. You see, it's a strap basically on top of a strap. It's sewn in here, and then this is sewed really well in there. So you can pick this thing up with, you know, 100+ pounds and not having to worry about it break. So I'll go over it again. Pros: construction. It's really durable. You don't have to worry about it breaking, I don't think. So yeah, it's plenty durable, and it's plenty big, I would say. You know, I think I actually probably should have got the 48-hour or maybe even the 24-hour one. I didn't know that the 72 was actually going to be this big. Cons, I guess price, like I said, I think it's around $200. But if you need a bag like this that you can carry a lot of stuff in, this is probably the one to go with. You could consider this a pro or a con. For me, I would consider it a con because I have trouble keeping track of stuff, but The amount of pockets and stuff that this has was kind of overwhelming. Like I said, it could be a pro or a con. I think if I used this bag all the time for something, I would get used to where all the pockets are and kind of come up with a system as to where to put what. So, you know, I guess it's not necessary. Like I said, it could be a pro or a con. You know, that's pretty much it for the 511 Tactical Rush 72 hour bag. So thanks for watching.